As a sleep provider, I see restless leg syndrome all the time as it does affect your sleep. It's also something that I have struggled with, and globally, 5 to 10% of the population deals with on a regular basis. We may not know the exact cause of RLS, but one thing we do know is that caffeine can make your symptoms worse. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly why caffeine does this. As always, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future content. So let's break down how caffeine affects your restless leg syndrome, or that urge to move at rest that disrupts your sleep. The first thing is disruption of dopamine levels. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors in the brain, which leads to an increase in dopamine release. And while dopamine is often associated with pleasure and reward, it can also play a major role in regulating muscle movement. Excessive dopamine activity, as seen with caffeine consumption, can exacerbate the symptoms of RLS. The second way that caffeine impacts us is our sleep quality. Caffeine is a known stimulant that can interfere with not only quality but duration of sleep. Consuming caffeine, especially in the evening or late afternoon, can lead to difficulty falling asleep or worsened insomnia and disrupted sleep patterns. We know through research that poor sleep quality and chronic sleep deprivation is a known risk factor for RLS and can already worsen existing symptoms. Another way that caffeine affects us is the disruption of circadian rhythm. Caffeine consumption can disrupt the body's natural circadian rhythm, which helps regulate our sleep and wake cycle on a 24-hour period. By altering the timing of the sleep and the wakefulness, caffeine can further disrupt the balance of neurotransmitters in the brain, such as melatonin, dopamine, and serotonin. Some of these things are involved with muscle movements and are thought to be involved with RLS symptoms. Finally, increased arousal from caffeine. Caffeine acts as a central nervous system stimulant, increasing alertness and arousal. This heightened state of arousal can exacerbate sensations of anxiety, heart rate, blood pressure, restlessness, and even discomfort associated with RLS, making it more difficult to relax and fall asleep, again, leading to that chronic sleep deprivation and poor sleep. Overall, while caffeine may provide a temporary boost in energy and alertness, its long-term effects on sleep quality and neurotransmitter activity can contribute to the development or worsening of RLS. If you're having more symptoms, try cutting out caffeine at least 10 hours before bed. If this doesn't work, maybe consider actually cutting back on caffeine completely for a few weeks to see if your RLS symptoms improve.